Welcome back. In this video, we will review the reports menu. We are still logged in as the administrator, so we'll begin at the reports menu with the expired insurance report. We recognize how crucial it is for you to keep up-to-date insurance information for each of your outside groups. And we can help you manage that in two ways, one of which we saw earlier in the videos. From a submitted request on your event profile page, you'll be able to see whether or not the group has an insurance letter on file, and if so, what the expiration date is. So you can manage that from a specific request from that group. Or you can come to the reports menu to the expired insurance report and track that information from here. Now, all of the groups listed on this report are required to have an insurance letter on file, and either they have not yet submitted it, which is the case with the boosters, or their existing letter on file has expired, which is the case here with the Tsunami Track Team. Their expiration date was back in November of 2008. So you can come to this report and be proactive about requesting up-to-date information from your groups. Now, also under the reports menu is where you'll find your sales reports. We'll begin with sales by month. Now, this is a very simple, straightforward monthly sales report for fiscal year. So in this case, our 2009 fiscal year, you'll see the sales totals next to each month thus far. And if you scroll to the bottom, those numbers are represented in a chart as well. Your next sales report is by product and service. You select a group and then indicate a start date and end date. And below you'll see the product name, the property, quantity, and total. Now, if you wanted to drill down to specific information about the invoice for these products or services, you can click on the link below quantity. It will take you to the product services sales report by invoice number, and you'll see that it held all of my filtering criteria here. So the group is the same, invoice, start and end date, the product, and the property. And below you'll see the invoice information. So in this case, all 5 box lunches were invoiced on this invoice number on this date. Now moving on back to the reports menu, down to schedule and activities, which will bring you to your activity list. Now the activity list is designed to create work orders or setup requests for each of your event. Now you can share these setup requests with your support staff. So your custodial staff, maybe your maintenance crew, security, or maybe even the police department, anybody who's also involved in these events. Now you have a lot of search criteria at the top. You'll see you can search by group or category, property, facility type, group classification, and event type. Just to give an example, if we select our start date as the 13th through the 15th and click refresh, it will pull all of the events scheduled in that time frame that meet our filtering criteria, and we'll click on one to view as an example. You'll see your activity date at the top, and below event requests is where you'll find your group information. So in this case, we have the Girl Scouts Troop 444. We have the contact name and the contact's number, which can really be important for your support staff who are going to be at events that are after hours or on the weekends and may need to be in touch with this contact person. So the contact information is at the top. Now, this information right below the request detail is information that you choose to put on this form. So very similar to the initial facility request form, when I mentioned that you decide the questions that you ask on that form, the same is true for this information below request detail. You decide which information you want to put on this form that you want to relay to your support staff. Directly below that is your facility information. So in this case, our meeting room at Tierra Santa Elementary School, the date and time, and then also the arrangement. Now, you'll see the arrangement title here, but you'll also see the arrangement setup description. Again, so your support staff is going to know exactly how they need to set up the facility for that upcoming event. And at the very bottom are your products and services. And in this case, we have a projector. So we're going to know that we need to have that projector there in time for the event. Now, just like the invoices, the setup requests are designed to print directly from the system. So when we look at the print preview, you'll notice again that all of the website information is removed from the top of the request, so this prints a clean copy that you can hand to your staff. If we click back to the activities list and scroll to the bottom of the activity list, you'll see that you can also print these in a batch. So right now it's creating all the setup requests for all of those activities that were listed there on the form. And just like the invoices in accounting, it adds the appropriate page breaks. So you can batch print these, hand them to your staff, and now they have the sufficient information about the event to complete the setup and plan for any necessary security details. This concludes our administrator's video reviewing the reports menu.